We look into the past for clues to who we are. We see the reflections of many like ourselves. It is them we must remember. It is them we can never forget. Their stories must be told again and again and again. I am a Free We Can Do This, co-founder of By the River Center for Humanity, creator and conductor of Soul Prints of Our Ancestors and Ourselves interactive experience. Using sound, movement, and performance, we guide participants safely through the emotional releases that can suddenly surface and go unattended during a discussion of the history of slavery. Through the power of unconditional love, we inspire you to break free. We can either allow the acknowledgement of the past to heal us, or we can continue to walk in shackles. What God has taught me to do is to focus more on the heart of a person and not so much of what they think they believe. When you sit and talk to people, you find that common thread. Recently, my mother made her transition, and the last time she fell, I took her to the doctor, and the nurse said, what happened with this wound, it was healing outside in and not inside out. That really made me understand something about the process of healing. So when you look at what's going on here, even in Selma today, we're trying to heal from the outside in, when the healing has to take place from the inside out. So every person at the table has to look at themselves and let the healing begin. I often tell people when I'm doing the soul print experience, I got isms. Isms of life. We all have them, such as racism, classism, sexism, themism, usism. But I am wise enough to know that my isms shouldn't determine how I treat another human being. If we cannot embrace ourselves with our shortcomings, how can we do that for the next person? We all have shackles, such as beliefs we carry about others. You have a choice. You can lay down your shackles or continue to walk around pretending to be free. The truth of the matter is, until you can see the value of all human beings, you will never be free. No matter how bad we think it is, we all have the power to make it better. Not only the power, we have the responsibility. And I would say, any work that I do, I want to believe that I'm only healing the present situation, but 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. You can't change the history, but you can choose to learn from it. A Free means at God's appointed time. Well, it's time for the rising of Selma. It is time for her to actually reach for that high throne. So often people say, I don't remember blacks having it bad. Oh, it happened way back then. And I think until that energy is released, what I like to call that false pride, only when you can honestly acknowledge the past, then we can move forward. And so it is my work to hold that space, to make sure all the stories are told, especially those of my ancestors. In 2004, I relocated from Chicago to Selma, the Queen City that sits high on a throne, who was once the 4th largest holder of enslaved Africans here in the United States. Selma, where my enslaved ancestors were supposedly set free. Oh, my beloved Queen City, it is time for you to rise by embracing the good, the bad, and the ugly of your history. Selma, do you know the duty of a queen is not to be served, but to be of service to all of her people? Just imagine if we didn't try to control the narrative, but allow each chapter to unfold naturally. What would happen if we saw the value of each story, no matter how painful it may be, as a precious jewel in your crown of glory? At the end of the day, ask yourself these questions. How did I use my freedom? Who auction block did I stand on today? And did I sell myself out?